Earlier, when we were talking about normal distribution and binomial distribution, we saw that there is variation. For example, when we talked about binomial distribution, we took an example of flipping 10 coins, and we understood that once you flip 10 coins, normally you expect 5 to be head and 5 to be tail, but that doesn't happen every time. Sometimes you get 4 heads, sometimes you get 6 heads, and once in a while you might even get 8 heads. So there is a variation here. Similarly, when we talked about normal distribution, we took an example of a length of 100 millimeters. If you have a piece which you are making which is of 100 millimeters, if you measure, sometimes you might get slightly lower, sometimes you might get the same thing on slightly higher side. Sometimes it might be 99 millimeters, sometimes this might be 101 millimeters. So there is a variation. Whatever work you are doing, there is variation, there is fluctuation. But the point to understand here is that the cause of these variation could be common causes or these could be special causes. And what are these? Common causes are multiple causes, lots and lots of causes which have minimum impact, and it is not economically viable to eliminate those. Those are common causes. For example, if I take an example of me going to my office, which normally takes 10 minutes, but sometimes this might take 9 minutes, sometimes this might take 12 minutes. It all depends on the traffic situation. It all depends on the signals which I get. This is because of common cause, because that fluctuation from 9 minutes to 12 minutes is built into this system of me traveling. On the other hand, one day if I take 35 minutes, now you can say that something might have happened that day. There might have been traffic block, there might have been some diversions. Whatever has happened, there would have been something special on that particular day for which I took 35 minutes instead of a normal 10 minutes journey. That is a special cause. So there are a few special causes, and each of these special cause has significant impact, and this is economically viable to eliminate those causes. So now going back to this example of me traveling, one day if I took 35 minutes, now I can identify that what was the cause of that. Now if I find out that the cause of that is a traffic jam or some issue, then probably I can take some action, change my route, whatever I can do, I might be able to do that. But I cannot eliminate the common cause, the normal fluctuation in the system. So this was a simple example, but whatever process you are working on, you would see that there is fluctuation in that. But would you be working on eliminating all these fluctuations? No. What you will be doing is you will be focusing on special causes. Find out which of these are special causes. Then only you work on that. Because if you start working on every cause, every fluctuation, every variation, you will end up nowhere. So whenever you have variation, whenever you have fluctuation and you want to see that you want to make this consistent, the first thing which you want to do is find out the special causes and then work on that. There is a tool called control chart, which we will be discussing once we go to the control phase of the project. So if you are taking measurements, you keep on recording those measurements, and then there are limits in the control charts. Once your reading is above and beyond that level or the limits, then you can say that there is a special cause. Then only you act on that process. Otherwise, if there is a fluctuation which is within the boundary, then you leave it. Let's say in case of my traveling to office, my control chart might be anything between 8 minutes to 12 minutes. My average is 10 minutes. The lower side is 8 minutes. Upper side is 12 minutes. So anything between 8 to 12 minutes is fine. So all that fluctuation, I need to ignore that because that's a part of the system. But once if I get something which is below 8 minutes or above 12 minutes, that will give me an alarm that now something has happened. Take some action on that. So that we will be discussing once we go to the control phase of the project, and we will be talking about the control charts there. So with this, we complete our discussion on common and special causes.